How to make your hair transplant last forever. In this video, I'm going to show you why finasteride works to stop your hair loss forever, when to start finasteride before getting your hair transplant done, and how to never miss a dose again. In fact, I'm going to show you the exact system I used to now use finasteride for over 3 years, and I've only missed it around 7 times in total, and how you can easily do it yourself. My name is Jesse and I've had a hair transplant and went my hair from looking like this to looking like this. And I've also helped over 300 men to overcome the hair loss as well. In this video series, I'm telling you everything I know about hair transplants and how to choose the right clinics and how to make sure you get a great result. Because right now, choosing clinics is an absolute minefield and you want to do it right the first time. And if you have any specific questions, click below in the link, book a call and I'll talk to you. But anyways, let's go to the video. To begin, let's talk about finasteride and why it works to stop your hair loss forever. But to do that, we first need to take a little step back, because we first have to know what kind of hair loss you are actually suffering from. And if you're watching this, it's very likely you are suffering from androgenic alopecia or male pattern baldness. It's all the same. But to make it easy, I'm just calling it AGA. AGA is officially classified as a genetic progressive disorder, which basically means that it is genetic, it is passed down through generations from either side of the family. Then it is progressive, so once you have it, it will get worse with time, and it's officially described as a disorder because it's not meant to happen. Basically what it means is that you have a genetic sensitivity to DHT, and to fix that, we do something that has been working for decades, which is to reduce our DHT. And to do that, we either use finasteride or dutasteride. But for this video, I will only focus on finasteride because it is very strong already. To show this, I'm going to refer to a 10-year study. And in that 10-year study, a group of men started finasteride at year 0 and still kept using it at year 10. And in between, or actually at the end, they did a calculation of their hair count and see if anyone improved or if it actually became useless over time. And in conclusion, 90% of men either kept maintaining their hair or kept even regrowing their hair, just looking at the hair counts in total. So from just that alone, you have a 90% chance of keeping your hair forever. So what about the other 10%? Well, I personally think that 10% was either too sensitive to DHT, which can be fixed with dutasteride, or they developed another form of hair loss in the meantime. For example, something autoimmune or inflammatory or stress related. So it's very possible for you to suffer from androgenic alopecia, but also have another form of hair loss at the same time. It is not very common, but if you have been on finasteride or dutasteride for a very long time and you're still seeing continued losses, I would highly recommend to do a scalp biopsy to really see what is going on. If you are on finasteride, you may have the question like, when should I start finasteride before the hair transplant? Or if you aren't using it right now, should you start it after the hair transplant? And for that, I'll just say it is recommended to start finasteride at least a year before the actual hair transplant. That is because finasteride is used to treat the actual problem. But the recovery can also take a pretty long time. That's because the damaging part from the androgenic alopecia, which has been going on for a while, most likely, also needs to reverse over time. And when I started finasteride, I took a picture of my hair and then around a year later I retook the same picture. But I never saw any gains until I took that final picture, and that's when I knew I actually had an above average response. But the response was so slow that I didn't even see it. What I recommend for you is to check out the progress pictures video that I've created on my channel. And in that video, you can learn how to take amazing progress pictures every single time. And when first starting, I recommend to do it every single month. And when you do it for a couple months or actually over a year, you will see the actual difference. But again, you mainly want to shoot for maintenance. Regrowth is extra, regrowth is amazing, but we just want to make sure we actually maintain, because when you maintain, you make sure you actually turn into a hair transplant candidate. Because otherwise, if you keep having continued losses, hair transplants will not actually fix anything. Like, that is such a big myth. Hair transplants don't actually fix anything. They just move hair around. So if you keep having hair loss, if it keeps getting worse over time, please make sure you actually fix that problem first. And how can you be consistent with finasteride? Well, I've been using finasteride for around 3 years now, and in that time I've only missed around 7 doses in total. And most of those doses were just because I forgot to bring the finasteride with me. I'm going to show you the exact routine I used and that you can use as well to never miss a dose again. First, you want to decide how often you want to take finasteride. Most people take it daily, I take it daily as well, but if you only can do it every other day, for example, that's completely fine, as long as you're consistent with it. And then you can take your phone and open the alarm app or clock app, something like that, and then enter alarms for every time you want to take finasteride. And it can be a silent alarm, vibrating alarm, or an audible alarm. Whatever it is, just choose something that works for you. I personally use a silent alarm. And that's it. That's everything that I do to make sure my hair transplant lasts forever. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments, because I'll be uploading a hair transplant related video every day for this entire month. So if you want to know anything, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.